Welcome to General Structures 2 and Lateral Forces, Lesson 5, Example number 3. And it says that if a building in Example 2 were located in an isolated desert region outside of Los Angeles, not in a special wind region, what would the wind pressure be? Alright then, so what are we changing? We're changing the location of this. It's not in Los Angeles. Let's get pink. It's now no longer in Los Angeles. Okay, so what does that deal with? And my answer is okay, because remember we looked on this map to get the basic wind speed, and that basic wind speed gave us our static pressure. So this is what's going to change. So I guess let's exit out. And let's go back to, I think it was page 122 in the study guide or the map. It's just the wind map. And you can see that it's outside of Los Angeles. Did it say it was in a special wind region or not? It looks like it's still the same basic wind speed. So maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of this. Okay, so I made a bad assumption. It's still 70 PSF. So, in other words, this does not change. So let's give it a little check. Importance. It's still a fire station, so I leave it with the same importance. Exposure factor. Now we're cooking with fire here. These are still going to be the same because we're still talking about the windward, the leeward, and the roof on a flat roof building. So these are going to stay the same. But our exposure coefficient is going to be different. In my opinion, let's see what it would fit in. I'm going to go ahead and just read that criteria again for the exposure coefficients. And it says, let's see here. Exposure coefficients. I'm going back. It's on page 125 of the study guide. And it says that the factor is determined. Okay, there it is. We know it's not exposure B has terrain with buildings, forest, or surface irregularities covering at least 20% of the ground. Okay, so let's assume it's not that. Exposure C is defined as having terrain that is flat, generally open, sounds like a desert, extending 1/2 mile or more from the site in any full quadrant. I'm leaning towards C at this point, and that's because in a desert I think, okay, well, you got a lot of wind, it's probably flat. I'm thinking more of a flat desert. Let's see if it said anything else. We're located in an isolated desert region outside of Los Angeles. Okay, so it's an isolated desert region. It's not on the ocean or a large body of water, so I wouldn't say it's D or B. Which one is that? I always forget. B. No, D is the most severe. So I was going to say it's now exposure C. And that gives us what? 1.06. So let's go ahead and figure out what these would be for 1.06. So I'm going to do the same thing. Take 7.2, our answer, divide it by 0.62, what we don't want, multiply it by 1.06, and we get 12.3. I'm just going to put a new over here. 12.3 PSF. Take 4.5. divided by 0.62 times 1.06, and we get 7.7, give or take. Then take 6.3 divided by 0.62, excuse me, times 1.06, and we get 10.8. Once again, this is just algebra. I was taking this number, divided by that, multiply it by what we want. So divided by we don't want anymore, multiplying by what we do. Trying not to confuse you with the algebra I'm trying to do. Trying to simplify it. Anyways, there it is. So this is windward. I'll windward WW, leeward, and roof. Alright, 12.3, 7.7, and 10.8. So you would go back over here, you say 12.3, 7.7, and 10.8. Alright, now we'll give you your answers. I will see you in the next video.